people always say betrayal hurts more when it comes from family. I never truly understood that until my own cousin tried to take away the one partner who had saved my life more times than I could count. My name is Elena, and for 6 years, I worked with a canine search and rescue unit. My partner was a German shepherd named Rex, but calling him just a dog never felt right to me. Rex was my shadow, my protector, and honestly, after my divorce and years of loneliness, he became the only soul I fully trusted. He knew my silence better than most people understood my words. The bond between a handler and a canine partner is impossible to explain unless you've lived it. Rex had pulled missing children from collapsed buildings. He had tracked lost hikers during storms. Once, he even alerted medics before I collapsed from exhaustion during a rescue mission. He wasn't just trained, he loved me. That summer, my aunt organized a huge family gathering at her countryside home. I almost didn't go. Family events had become exhausting after my divorce. Everyone asked questions they had no right to ask. Still single? Don't you want children? You work too much. But my mother begged me to attend. Just one evening, she said softly, "The family misses you." So I went, and I brought Rex with me. The moment we arrived, everyone gathered around him. Children laughed while he played gently with them. Even my uncles, who usually acted distant, smiled when Rex rolled onto his back for belly rubs. Everyone loved him, or at least, I thought they did. That was the first time my cousin Vanessa saw him. Vanessa always had a strange way of turning everything into competition. Growing up, she copied my clothes, my hobbies, even my college major for a year before quitting. But unlike me, she loved attention more than anything. And the moment she saw Rex, I noticed something in her eyes. Not affection, possession. "Oh my God," she said loudly, kneeling beside him. "He's beautiful. You're so lucky." Rex stayed close to me, calm but alert. He never trusted people instantly. Animals sense things humans ignore. At dinner, Vanessa kept asking questions. How expensive was he? Couldn't you sell him for a lot? Does he really obey every command? I laughed awkwardly, trying not to think too much about it. "He's not property," I told her. "He's my partner." But what I didn't know that day was that Vanessa had already decided she wanted him. And by the end of that weekend, my entire family would witness just how far obsession and jealousy could destroy someone. The gathering lasted all weekend. Most of the family stayed overnight in guest rooms, while others camped outside near the lake. At first, everything felt normal. Too normal. Vanessa suddenly became overly friendly toward me. She brought me coffee in the morning, offered to walk Rex with me, and kept telling everyone how amazing my work was. Something about it felt forced. But after years of family tension, part of me wanted to believe she was finally changing. Until Saturday night. That evening, everyone gathered outside around a bonfire. Music played softly while cousins laughed and children roasted marshmallows. Rex sat beside me quietly. Then Vanessa stood up holding a wine glass. "I actually have a surprise," she announced with a smile. Everyone turned toward her. She disappeared into the house and returned, carrying a leather dog collar with gold stitching. "I bought this for Rex," she said proudly, "because honestly, I think he deserves a better home environment." The laughter around the fire slowly faded. I blinked in confusion. "What?" Vanessa smiled like she hadn't said anything strange. "You work dangerous jobs, Elena. You're barely home. Rex needs space, comfort, a real family." I felt my chest tighten. "He already has a family," I replied carefully. Her smile disappeared. "No," she said coldly. "He has a handler." The air suddenly felt heavy. I stood up slowly, while Rex immediately moved closer to my leg. "Vanessa," I whispered, trying to stay calm, "don't do this." But she crossed her arms. "I already spoke to some people online," she continued. "These dogs retire better with stable homes. Honestly, keeping him in active service feels selfish." My aunt quickly interrupted. "That's enough." But Vanessa wasn't done. Then she said the one thing I'll never forget. "If you really loved him, you'd let him go." The words shattered something inside me because she had no idea what Rex and I had survived together. She didn't know about the nights he kept me grounded after panic attacks. She didn't know he slept beside my hospital bed after my injury. She didn't know he was the reason I survived the darkest chapter of my life. And suddenly, I realized this was never concern. It was jealousy, pure jealousy. That night, I locked Rex inside my room before sleeping. Or at least, I thought I had. Around 3 in the morning, I woke up to silence. A strange silence. Rex was gone. My heart nearly stopped. I jumped out of bed and saw the door slightly open. Then panic hit me all at once. I ran outside barefoot into the cold night screaming his name. "Rex!" Nothing. The lake area was dark except for faint moonlight. My hands shook as terrifying thoughts filled my mind, until I noticed tire tracks near the driveway. And then I saw Vanessa's car missing. I immediately called her phone. No answer. Again, no answer. Then finally, she picked up. "You need to calm down," she said casually. "Where is he?" "He's fine," she replied. "I'm just taking him somewhere better." I felt physically sick. "You stole a police-trained canine. He came willingly," she snapped back. Maybe he chose me. But right then, I heard barking in the background. Aggressive barking. Not playful. Not calm. Rex never barked like that unless he sensed danger. And suddenly Vanessa's voice changed completely. "Elena." Then the call disconnected. I drove faster than I ever had in my life. Vanessa had mentioned earlier that weekend she rented a cabin nearby for privacy. I prayed she had gone there. When I arrived, the front gate stood open, and I could already hear shouting inside. I rushed toward the cabin and froze at the doorway. Vanessa stood trapped on top of a kitchen counter, terrified, and Rex stood below her, growling, focused, protective. The moment he saw me, everything changed. His ears lifted instantly, and he ran straight toward me, pressing against my chest while whining softly. I dropped to my knees and wrapped my arms around him. For a moment, I couldn't even breathe. I just held him. Vanessa started crying. He scared me. I slowly stood up, fury burning through every part of me. "No," I said quietly. "He exposed you." She stared at me in disbelief. Then I noticed something else inside the cabin. Dog crates, documents, adoption listings. My stomach dropped. Vanessa hadn't just wanted Rex for herself. She planned to sell him. My own cousin had stolen my canine partner for money. Police arrived shortly after because I had already reported Rex missing. Once they saw the evidence, everything unraveled quickly. Vanessa tried defending herself. She claimed she was rescuing him, but nobody believed her anymore. Not after the documents, not after the recordings from her calls, and definitely not after Rex refused to leave my side for even 1 second. The family gathering ended in silence. Some relatives apologized to me later for ignoring the warning signs. Others admitted Vanessa had always been jealous of anyone, receiving attention she didn't have. But honestly, none of that mattered anymore, because that weekend taught me something painful. Sometimes betrayal doesn't come from enemies. Sometimes it comes from people who smile at your table while secretly waiting for a chance to take what you love most. A few months later, Rex officially retired from service, not because someone forced him to, but because we both deserve peace. Now we live in a small house near the mountains. Every morning, he waits beside the front door for our walks, still watching me like it's his job to keep me safe. Maybe it always will be. And sometimes, when I look into his eyes, I remember that loyalty doesn't speak with words. It shows itself through actions, through protection, through love that asks for nothing in return. Family can betray you. People can disappoint you. But a loyal heart, that's something money can never steal.